All right, let's try this example problem together. So here we would like to determine the constant angular velocity theta dot of this vertical shaft of the amusement ride if phi was 45 degrees. So the angle here is 45 degrees. And neglect the mass of the cables and the size of the passengers. So obviously here the shaft is rotating like that, and because of that rotation the passengers are a little bit lifted up like that, and the angle here was given as 45 degrees. All right, so here we would like to try using an cylindrical coordinate system. And when we're trying to solve these type of problems in class, I told you guys to go over these steps. So number one is define coordinate system, right? And find and draw all forces. Basically do the free body diagram, and then sigma F equals ma in each direction. So in this case, as we're using the cylindrical coordinate system, sigma F r is going to be m a of r like that, and sigma F theta is going to be m a of theta like this, right? And here we would like to recall that this acceleration in the cylindrical coordinate system is u_r hat plus a theta hat, and a of r is r 2 dot minus r theta dot squared, and a theta is r theta 2 dot plus 2r dot theta dot like this, right? Okay, so let's try this one by one. First, we will define the coordinate system. So in this case, from here, we have a position vector r. So this is going to be my r direction. And as it is rotating like this, we have the theta direction going into the page, right? And so this is done. We would like to draw the free body diagram. So let's draw it down here. So here is that particle, if we assume, and the chord is like that, and we have mg going down, and we have tension going up like this from the chord. Like here we have tension, and here we have the gravity. Okay, and then the last step is to do F equals ma along each direction. So my r direction is this, and my theta direction is going into the page, but we're not considering any forces in that direction at this point. So let's get this. Sigma F r going to the right is my positive direction, and we need to find the forces. So the forces along this axis, this t, can be decomposed into this direction, and let's have it vertically like that. Okay, and the angle here is 45 degrees in our case. So this is 45. So here is t sine 45 degrees, and this would be t cosine 45 degrees. Okay, so we have minus t sine 45 degrees, and that's all the forces we have along the horizontal axis or along the r axis, right? So that's going to be m a of r, and along the theta, where going into the page is the positive direction, there's no force, and this is m a of theta like that. So these two we have, and because we have this component left, I mean the tension T has been decomposed into these two elements. This one was considered, but this guy is not considered yet. So here we will just define another axis, which is going upward. And shall we call this z-axis maybe? So along that z-axis, which is going up, that's my positive direction. We have t cosine 45 degree minus mg. And in this case, this is going to be 0. So now we have three equations. So we have followed these three steps, which gave us three equations and these terms. So now let's think what we have to do based on the problem. And here we would like to find theta dot, and it says it has a constant angular velocity. And phi is 45 degree. Well, we already used that thing. So when we're using cylindrical coordinate system, one thing that I told you guys is to just write these down without thinking too much and try to find the values, because from this equation where your a of r or a of theta is going in, they are comprised of these elements, r dot, theta 2 dot, and so on. So if we find out all these values and we just plug those in here, somehow we can solve this equation in an easier way. Okay, so r is, this was my r, wasn't it? So that's going to be, this is 1.5, and the length was 8 meters, so again, this is 45 degrees, so 8 sine. So 1.5 plus 8 sine 45 degree. That's my r. And r dot, r2 dot are actually 0 because it's a constant. And for the theta, theta we don't know. It's not given. It's just at a certain point, so we're not sure. And theta dot is something we need to find out, right? And theta 2 dot, it says it's constant angular velocity, so this is going to be 0. Okay, so now we have these information, and let's take a look at these equations and see what we can do. So first thing, let's try to get rid of these t's. So from here, we get t is mg divided by cosine 45 degree, right? So once I have this, I can plug it in over there. So minus mg cosine 45 degree sine 45 degree is going to be m times a of r, and a of r is given like that. So it's r2 dot minus r theta dot being squared. And so from this equation, we can easily get rid of this m. And what's going to be my r2 dot? It's 0, so this goes away. And r, we have this value. So yeah, now we can easily find this theta dot from this equation, isn't it? So it's going to be minus 9.81. Well, this actually is tangent 45 degree, right? So it's going to be 9 times tangent 45 degree. Actually, this is 1, right? Anyway, that's going to be minus r times theta dot squared. And, well, here we can plug in that r directly, which is 1.5 plus 8 sine 45 degree times theta dot being squared. So if we do the math, these two go away. Theta dot is going to be 9 over 1.5 plus 8 sine 45 degree. And that should give us something like 0.17, radian per second. All right, so just got the solution for theta dot. Okay, just to summarize this, these are the common steps that you want to take to find the coordinate system, find and draw all the forces, basically get the free body diagram and get F equals ma for each direction of the axis that you defined, okay? And in this case, we define our axis. This is my r direction because from here, this is the position vector, right? So r direction, and then all the forces we have the tension and we have the gravity. So we obtain these equations for the coordinate system we defined, and we have these two forces left. So we define another axis, and here we found another equation. So after that, we would like to find out these values, and we're plugging those in to the equations we derived to eventually find the theta dot. So up to here, and getting these are something like a standard steps that you may want to take, and then depending on the problem set you have, you'll want to solve this something like a puzzle to find the value that is asked. Okay? All right, so that's it. I hope it helps.